to climb the iRacing ladder. It's proven to be a tough project. Last time I got kind of destroyed in the first race, but we're gonna try to pick it up from there. This stream is all about sharing the progress with you, and hopefully we can get the good license grade in this game to finally be able to drive the Roar to Daytona in January. Got Grip Engineer here with us today. Hello, Josep. How are you?
Hello, Timmy. How are you?
Awesome. I'm just gonna post this on Instagram also, so shout out if you found us there. Like this. And it's all live. It's all live stuff. It's all fun things. Can you tell us a little bit what's important today in iRacing to get the license grade up while I do this social media?
Yes, exactly. So the process that we are in is we need to get the license for Timmy to be able to drive sports cars in a higher level than MX-5s. We are targeting to race in the Roar, which is the race in Daytona in January, which is a 2.5 hour race. For that, we will probably be running a GT3. So we need to be able to get the license to be able to start testing with the car, training with the car, develop the setup for the race. So the sooner we get this license, the sooner we can start advancing and progressing with the GT3 car.
Exactly. So that's why we're in the MX-5 today, because it's literally the only category I can race to get my rating up. So I did a couple laps already before I jumped on the stream. You can see there I did a 21.0, which is I think a decent lap. But now it's still practice, and the race should be starting in 5 minutes or so. Whoops, let's not crash into him.
Exactly, and Timmy, when you can, if you can share your screen with me so I can do some spotting for you if you need it.
Exactly, because the stream is like 10 seconds behind or something, then we need to I need to share this on Discord with Joseph. Like this, share screen, window, this one, share. Okay.
Yeah, so it's important that we can see it live and I can help Timmy spotting if necessary, because these races are a bit, how would you call it, Timmy? A bit wild?
Yeah, definitely a bit wild. Let me just get my other screen working here also. I'm not a pro streamer quite yet. I guess you can tell. Now I can see the comments, which is always interesting. And I've got the YouTube comments now working also. So I'll be able to see people writing in YouTube. Please write hello if you're watching. That really supports us. It's a new project this, and we haven't really been streaming much. But we hope to have some fun trying to climb this ladder.
Yeah, so the situation with these races is that because it's a low-level race, there is people with all kind of experience driving on these races, and that can play against us. Yesterday, Friday, we did the first race in the MX-5, and our target is to have clean race so we can get as much safety rating points as we can, so we can get the license the earliest. But we got taken out of the race on the second corner.
Yeah.
And this is the situation that we need to try to avoid during the next races, because every time you have a crash, every time you have contact, every time you go off the track, you get a penalty in terms of safety points. You earn less safety points. So yeah, to achieve our target, we need to be clean drivers and have clean races.
Yeah, exactly. And we currently have a safety rating of 2.90, and we need a score better than 3.0 to get a good license grade, because safety is everything in iRacing. So even if we do a bad result, we can still gain safety rating, which will lead us open up new events for us possible to enter. So even
yes, the first step of the race is the qualifying. So we need to put a good lap together. So we start at the front.
Yeah, it's much safer to be at the front.
Exactly. That's the main point of the qualifying. When you are at the back, you're in the middle of the grid. There is people all around you with more or less skills and more or less aggressiveness. So we need to avoid being in the bunch so we can get through the first lap at least, and then it becomes much easier after.
Yeah, this rookie series is open to everyone, which is where you have to begin. But then that also means that it's open to the people who don't really care about the safety rating. So yeah, I think last time was hello. Yeah, last time we were kind of side by side. You never know with the sim racing. It's if he had a bad internet connection, that can also cause him to not exactly know my position very well, and then yeah, we crashed coming into some corner. But that's how it goes. We still got the positive safety rating out of that race, plus 0.06, so that's still good. As long as it's not red, we're progressing. So yeah, I said I did some lap just before jumping on stream, and you see I'm not very good at talking and driving at the same time because I'm going a bit slower now that the stream is open, but it's part of the learning curve, I guess. And it was a good lap. I think a 21.0 would get us close to the front of the race. Maybe not pole, but close.
Yeah, I believe you are in position 4 right now.
Yeah, out of how many?
So
372 people entered.
Yeah.
Qualifying for your race is about to begin. Okay, so let's join it. What's happening? Okay, and I have telemetry on, so we can analyze the data after. Opening qualifying. So what we'll be doing today is basically just trying to score those points towards the license. That's why we have to drive the MX-5. After that, we'll get into practicing with the GT3 car that we'll be needing to use in the Road to Daytona in January. But first up, we just want to make sure that we can actually enter the race at all. And to be honest, iRacing is really a deep game, and some people are extremely good. So even at this level, you get some very fast people jumping in. So it's not easy to win these races either. Even if it's the first step, it's very competitive. And we've got to warm up the tires for this first lap. I've had a feeling that the tires are the best. Like after the out lap, lap 1, and then lap 2, the tires are the best. So, you see there, just not paying attention for 1 second. Cold tires, let this guy pass. Trying to get some heat into the tires. I'm gonna also leave this guy a gap so we can start our first qualifying lap in nice clean track ahead. We don't want to be held up by anyone. I mean, you could also get the tow, but then you have to be so certain that the guy in front is fast, which you can't really be. Whoa. This game is so realistic, and so it's crazy actually how accurate you have to be with everything. Oh no, I messed that up, didn't I? Bad exit onto the straight. Okay, it's not the end of the world. From here on, we chase this guy down and get a good qualifying time. This is a rookie mistake I made now, actually, not giving enough gap to the car in front before starting your qualifying lap. Actually, why is it? Let me say finished. Ah, was that just practice actually? Oh yeah, see here, 3-minute practice. Okay, okay. So we get a new chance. Okay, I messed it up a bit.
It's fine.
Got away with that.
You messed up the practice. We can still do good qualifying.
Exactly. I thought it was a bit funny that now we were not alone for qualifying, which we have been. You see now, we're alone on track. We'll do a practice start here. I'm not really sure if slipping the clutch is better or worse. I slipped a lot there. I guess I'll try that again, because the car is very slow if the revs go too far down, so I'm using the clutch to keep the revs high. We'll see in the actual start if it's working or not. If you have any questions, please write it in the chat so we can answer anything that you're wondering about. For now, I'm really trying to get some heat into these tires. It's feeling quite good. Also, the weather changes in this game from run to run, so but the weather feels kind of good today. Okay, it's a decent exit. Now qualifying begins. 2 laps of qualifying. See if we can put together a low 21 would be good. In the previous stream, someone said the last corner to be in 3rd, which I agree to get the revs correct coming into the straight, but I have a better feeling turning into the corner with 4th. It's a bit of a tricky one. Good exit. A little bit hesitant on the entry there, touch the curb. Not ideal. Close it out with a good last corner.
You need another test to get below 121.
Ah, too much commitment on the entry. Okay, 100th slower. Yeah, that's qualifying. Low 21
That's good
was the goal.
consistency at least.
Yeah, sometimes consistency just means that you were equally bad multiple times.
Different places,
Yeah.
just equally.
I was though, wasn't I? So the first corner was good. I got a good exit.
Yeah.
Then I didn't nail turn 2 perfectly. Came, maybe lost a tenth there. Then that slow section was kind of nice in both laps. And yeah, the last corner I don't think I made it perfectly any of the times. Maybe third gear is the way, but I just have the feeling with this car when you shift down, it really unsettles the rear. And yeah, I've tried to blip the throttle as well, but I'm not really feeling it gives you much more like calm feeling of the rear. So I'm just kind of committing to just downshifting. Yeah, I think it's it's a basic car, and then of course the more advanced cars. When we drove the GT3, that was much smoother on downshifting. So yeah, it's part of running the rookie series, and it's also part of the challenge of driving these cars. I think the reason why a lot of people enjoy this Mazda is because it's not too easy to drive.
Exactly. I was surprised how quickly you got comfortable with the GT3 compared with the Mazda.
Yeah. You see, if we had done a good last corner there, we could have maybe gotten second place in quali.
You will get the second, yeah.
20.6 is good. Yeah. And this shows a lot, I think, how high the level is in this game. That I mean, this is the rookie series. It's open to everyone, so you don't know the level of these guys. But I mean, people are incredibly good at this game, and I still have a lot to learn.
You can see that the pole sitter is quite faster than everybody else, and then you are in the group with the second and third, and from fifth onwards, you should have much more pace than them. Hopefully. Just be careful on the first lap, not to get into any crash. Keep it clean.
Exactly, that's the goal, to stay clean. It's so easy to forget that though when you're in the middle of a race. You really want to do well, and like the racer in you kicks in. But yeah, this could be a close race. Let's just hope that we get some nice clean racing and we can go fast. I find it the most important thing when you're following and don't want to crash is to brake in time, like brake early, sacrifice a bit of your braking point compared to your perfect lap, because then you slow down maybe a little bit earlier than them, then you're sure that there won't be an accident, and you try and set up for a good exit to set it up for a pass on the next straight. If you commit for the late braking point that you do if you're alone, then you don't really have much margin to change your line if they have an earlier braking point than you, and so on. So yeah, that's just what I will be going for, I think, and leaving loads of space. The race will begin here.
Exactly.
10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Another 10 seconds. I think there was some 400 people online now, but I guess you get put into these kind of 12 car races, everybody. So even though it's a big grid, it's you don't race against everyone, which is probably good.
No, you don't want 400 cars there, do you?
Why can't I get in? Okay, now. Oh, this looks good. Unfortunately, they will also join in front. Yeah, there's the pole sitter. You have some competition in the spotting game, Josep.
The spotting game?
You know, like a spotter. You hear the other guy?
Yeah.
It's also spotting.
Yeah.
You gotta try and be better than spotter than him, otherwise I might replace you. I'm just joking though. Let's see if the start was good.
Accepted.
Let's see if the start is good. We did that slipping the clutch thing when we practiced the start coming out of the pits. I will commit for that. I'm not sure if it's faster or not. Also, if the guy in front of us lines up, then it's not so easy to do something with a good start. It's kind of a narrow track here. But maybe if he doesn't join, then we have a clean straight ahead, straight away to the first
but let's
corner.
remember Let's remember that incident count, bottom right, 0 right now. Let's try to keep it as close to 0 as possible.
Yeah, let's try and keep it 0. You get the incident count 1 if you go off track, for example, and you can get up to, I think, 4 if you crash. But yeah, the lower the incident count, the better the safety rating will be, and that's the goal, to be able to get that better license to race in the Road to Daytona in January, which is the eventual goal.
Okay, this is about to start. You don't have anybody in front.
Oh no, so bad. Okay. Even worse from the pole city though. Yeah, early braking.
Careful on your inside.
Yeah. I go mid-track here. No, I can do the racing line.
Careful inside. Okay.
Yeah, he had a look there, didn't he? It's tricky on this first lap, especially this braking coming up here. With cold tires, it's really hard.
They are fighting.
Super cautious there. Let's just settle into this race and try and beat him on pace. It's always a hard position, being so close. Try and get a toe. Didn't have the best exit from the last corner. This guy looks a bit wild ahead. It's a bit all over the track.
Yeah.
A bit unpredictable. I had a bad turn 1 before. I gotta go defensive into the hairpin so you don't lunge inside. Feels like we're faster than this guy. Maybe even we could be on pace with the leader.
Yeah, we keep pushing. We're still on 0 in the incident count. Let's keep it like that.
Exactly. This is exactly the moment when it's so easy to forget that incident counter.
Okay.
Now this guy behind got a good run. I could have like kind of committed for the overtake, but now there's no way you can do outside here. Whoop. Touch. There's no way you can do outside in that corner, so I was kind of chilling.
Last lap you did a 21.1. That is a good example of how the toe helps you on racing. Remember that we have done a 21.2 on qualifying, and we didn't have such a clean lap because of all the cars around. But the effect of the toe in these low-powered cars, it made a big difference to allow us to be faster than on qualifying.
Yeah, exactly. Feels like we're faster than these guys ahead. And the leader, despite him doing a 20.6 in qualifying, is not making a big gap, so now we got a bit of a good watching position here to try and see if we can pick up anything from a battle of theirs. Oh, I don't have the delta time switched on. There we go. The guy ahead is not too comfortable in those low speed corners. We're always catching quite a bit there.
Did a very good first sector. That's going to allow you to do a very fast lap if you finish it like
20.3.
this.
A personal best lap on this track.
There you go.
Limited. Oh, we had a moment, I think. You see the tire smoke?
Yes, you recover 0.6 seconds on the previous lap to him. Now you are 0.6 seconds. So you have the pace.
Yeah.
He's
We're also
under
gotta
pressure.
get past without any touch or anything.
Yeah, this is not rallycross.
Oh. Had a bit of a rear locking there. One thing hard about following is that you don't see the line perfectly. Now we got a good exit.
One.
Remember the incident counter also? That's what I can't forget.
Go for it.
Why did it do that? Is that me or him?
That didn't work out well.
No.
Keep going.
I tried to kind of run him a bit wide
Okay.
on exit. But yeah, he was still committing to the line. This is where I need to learn sim racing a bit better.
Yeah, especially in these lower class races, we cannot trust the other competitors as much. We need to give an extra safety margin. We have seen it again.
Yeah.
We were still quite lucky and we only get a 2 incident count. So it's not that bad. It's a shame because we were fighting for second position and now we are quite down the grid. I'm not sure the exact position, but it's been a good run. Let's try to make clean laps till the end.
You can still catch this.
It's still gonna be interesting. Yeah. Be careful not to overdrive now.
Yeah. Leader did 23.0. He's been kind of slow, isn't he?
Yeah. He's done 23 zeros. We're doing 20s and a half or 21. So still 7 laps to go. We're in position 6.
5 laps to go.
Right.
Oh, there something's gonna happen up front. And things did happen.
Yeah. Be careful.
It's such a hard spot to need to avoid because that braking is already tricky and you wanna lock the rears. And then also needing to swerve away. But we didn't spin.
Good job.
car ahead says plus 2.9 on the bottom right at 3.7. I don't know exactly how accurate that number is.
The guy behind you is catching up, so we need to increase a bit the pace.
Okay.
He recovered 0.4 seconds in this last lap.
But that's the guy who spun, isn't it? No, can't be.
The one that is still behind you, I don't think so.
No, it can't be him.
Yeah. Four laps to go, you are fifth. I think you can catch up to fourth and even third if we push it.
Yeah, let's try. The reference lap that we're being compared to up in the red there. A crazy good lap. My best lap by far and with this car, this track.
Yeah, this, as I was saying, it's a good example of this straight line toe that you got.
Yeah.
It's crazy with these low power cars. So that's the problem of getting far from your rival in front of you, because then you not only lose the time, but you lose the toe.
Yeah.
If you are in the pack, you have the toe, so it's much easier to keep the pace. The moment that you lose some ground to them and you lose that effect, recovering that time is so much more difficult.
It's like Tour de France. You gotta stay in the peloton.
Aerodynamics, mate.
Exactly.
As a professional driver, how frustrating is it to you to see this delta getting red during the
It's
lap?
incredibly frustrating.
I can imagine.
My favorite color is green.
2 laps to go. Come on.
Even that first corner I did really well on my best lap.
I think that touching the curb didn't help you now.
No, for sure,
Careful
yeah.
here.
Back in the toe. I think last lap, next lap.
Last lap. Last lap.
White flag, like in the US racing. Yeah, immediately now we're not losing much time to the best lap as soon as we got the toe. Oh, that's the guy we crashed with before. We caught back to him. Isn't it? Yeah,
I think
crash.
so, yeah. Are you gonna crash? No.
What a finish. What?
That was...
What was that?
Yeah, the incident count just got to 6.
Oh my god. Yeah, it stopped on the finish line, someone. Oh, what a shock.
Put the replay here.
Yeah, we look at this replay on screen. What?
What happened there?
Coming out the last corner.
There's a guy stopped.
Why does he stop there? I didn't see him. I didn't see him at all. It's like a hospital-sized crash. It wasn't in the simulator. Look at that.
You know what this reminds me, Timmy? Another crash that you had recently.
Me.
It was not exactly the same.
In Portugal, yeah. Last corner, lap 3 or 2 or 3 in the final in Portugal World Rallycross. Then there was some dust in exiting the last corner, and I thought I was on the line, but then suddenly I crashed heavily into the barrier out of nowhere. That was the similarity that we. I didn't see anything, and then suddenly, boom. I want to see the other incident also. That's why I'm rewinding here. Also, I want to check if we have the best lap of the race. I think it's a good chance we do. But it's crazy how powerful the toe is. Even like not just on the straight, but like in every straight. So here, what happened here?
It's gonna be interesting to look at the data. So we get the inside.
Yeah, I mean, something like this would never happen in real life, you know. But this is not real life, and that's the most important thing about sim racing or playing online. That you can't expect it to be real life. You can just you just have to play the game. I think he's trying to undercut or something. So he's got a very tight line.
Did you give him enough space, or did you get open?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the track here, like for sure there is enough space.
Change the camera. Change the camera. You see where it says TV1, just yeah. I think if you touch that.
TV2.
Keep trying.
3.
Something on top or from behind. Yeah. Yeah.
Race incident, I suppose. But I mean, in real life, I'm trying to run him wide here so that he can't have a go. And then, of course, he's trying to set up for a tight exit. We're just like going different places. But like, this is not the point where you should have contact. But maybe in iRacing it is. So yeah, okay. I'll remember that. Like, if you're gonna commit to completely your own. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we will need to ask rest of people what do they think about this.
Exactly. Please comment if you have your opinion.
Put the whole replay. Put the whole replay so we can see it properly.
You mean from the beginning?
Yeah, the corner. Yeah.
So here, go on the inside. I mean, it's kind of.
Put the other camera. I think the other camera was more clear, where you can see.
I mean, it's a weird crash, isn't it? What's this?
Let's put maybe the top one. The top one was clear, I guess. Not this one. This one we won't see anything.
No.
No. That one. Yeah. Take one.
This is like being a steward. Who do we penalize
exactly.
here? I do run wide though. I do.
I'm not
on the normal line. It's like a Max Verstappen overtake. You know, when you overshoot the apex and force the other guy to go wide. But this is sim racing, so it doesn't work. it's much harder to react to what others are doing in a good way in sim racing than it is in real life. In real life, you have so much better control of where the others are, and in sim racing, it just kind of looks. Yeah, you see there. Yeah, I could have avoided if I went tighter.
This is part of learning how to do sim racing. Even for you as a real racer, you have some ways to work or ways to race that they don't translate one-to-one
Exactly.
into sim racing. So we need to adapt your driving.
Like there's
Not
no
only
way in
for-
real life that you would have a touch in this place that would make any one of us spin. Like you would just feel the contact. But this is sim racing, so like any contact kind of results in a crash. But yeah, I guess the lesson learned is that you can't like expect to take the line or block or anything like that once you're side by side. You just gotta keep your line. Like once you're there on the side, you stick to the right side. I should have just made a tight exit here, and see if he could have come out around the outside. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Quit.
Do we
So.
racing incident?
Oh yeah. The race has started at 2.
Yeah, we have some comments saying that there isn't the same view of what is around you rather than in real life. Like you have obviously different awareness of what's around you.
Yeah. Also, hello, James.
So that is
nice to see you here in the stream. But yeah, it's exactly that, and I think there's always like a small delay or like the ping, the delay between like you broadcasting your position of the car online and then arriving at the other person's computer. You're not like in real life. You're actually live, and I think that makes kind of a big difference, even though it's just like split second. I think it does make a difference, but yeah. We got Ben Tang here saying racing incident. So
yeah, I think he must be a fan of you because that is a very.
I think the people have spoken.
Good way.
These people have spoken. It's a drive-through penalty for the other guy.
Yeah, fine. We'll take that.
But okay,
do you think we have time to do the next race or not?
Yeah, it starts. It's every hour, so it starts at 3. We got a safety rating plus 0.005. Even like what ruined the safety rating this time was just that finish line incident when someone parked the car on the finish line. Otherwise, we would have gotten probably past 3, which is the goal. We should file protest.
We'll need to do another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we cannot give you the protest button because we know how racing drivers are.
Exactly, it's never the driver's fault. Okay, should we just analyze the data of this run?
Yes. Do we have time to the next race, or are you not available to the next race? I don't know.
No.
How are we on time?
We do one more race, the one at 3, and.
Okay,
then...
so let's.
But
so we know that we have some time till then to analyze the data.
Yeah, exactly. So if you pull up the latest, I'll just while you pull up the data, I will register for this race. Hopefully the last one we need to do to get past that 3.0 threshold of safety rating. Okay, I'm joining that race. Now, let's analyze what we just did.
Yeah.
This is what's interesting about this streaming project to me, that this stuff never gets shown on TV, or you just hear drivers saying thank you so much to the team for their hard job. But actually in this sim racing project now, we will be able to share like that what is that hard job and what is it that we actually do. So yeah, this is a typical thing. First thing that would happen when we come in from a run is that we would sit around everybody around the table, and the drivers then feedback from that session how the car felt and how the racing went and how you believe you can go faster. Actually, if I would do that with this car, I would complain. If it was a factory program, I would complain of the downshifting, because that's costing kind of a lot of time. I'm having to adapt the driving a lot to that. But I know this is MX-5 racing and a setup, so we can't adjust that. So then it's more down to like the balance of the car and so on. And then I don't have much to complain about. Actually, it's kind of oversteering the car, having to be a bit cautious, but also you need that rear to be lively in this car to be able to be early on power. So like balance wise, I think the car is kind of good. I think there's more to gain in my driving that we will find out here.
Yes, and we are in fixed setup, I believe. So we could then even change this setup if we wanted. I was analyzing the effect of the toe that we were talking about. So on the color lines is your fastest lap, the 20.3, where you were behind. You were in third position behind the second driver. And we can see in white, this blue line is the speed. Yellow, green is throttle. So this is the main straight, end of a start of the lap. We can see just because of the toe at the end of the straight, we had around 4 kph of difference with the same exit speed, even going on throttle slightly earlier on the white case on the slower lap. So we can see in this first straight already what was the effect of the toe. And this was also in some other places. We need to look for the main straights.
There it is.
You can see again here the same effect.
Yeah, and these are even the small straights. Like not the main straight comes after that tiny braking in the middle of the screen.
Exactly. This is the main. This is the main straight, and this is the previous one. You can see already you had 3 kph of difference on the shorter one, so it's important. The other thing that we can see is that your inputs are getting much more consistent. The braking of the first corner especially is more consistent than it was the previous day. I believe it was a situation with another car.
Yeah, I think this one the guy spun in front that we had to avoid him.
So we can see your 2 fastest laps, which were in a row. Yeah, we can see what was the difference. At the end of the day, we lost quite a lot of time on this braking on the last corner.
Yeah, it's just not committed in the white, but it is in the colored one.
Exactly. Exactly. I think you went for an early rotation and then early throttle, but yeah, it didn't really work out this time.
No.
We will need to analyze that.
I just slowed too much on the entry. So that shows, you need to carry the speed, which you feel also in the car. I mean, you need to carry the speed, but also get on throttle, both. And I think the colored one kind of did that in the last corner.
In the top plot, we can see the difference of the difference of time during the lap. We can see that we started the same. The braking was quite similar, but you brake it a bit more. At the end, you slow down a bit more.
There it's kind of a lot. Like going on throttle, early exit from turn 1, the best lap was by far the best I did this whole session, and probably all time on this track with this car. I don't really know how I got
that only
there.
gained you mean after the first corner?
Just after going on throttle right there, I gained kind of a lot. You see that on the delta time, it goes kind of steep.
Yeah, you gain 1/10 and a half.
Okay.
So we have 1/10 and a half just because of going slightly faster. So the minimum speed there was 3 kph higher on your fast lap, and then you also went on throttle a bit earlier. So I think basically you were able to go with more speeds. Probably you're not on the limit of the tires when on the next lap, basically on the white one.
Yeah, that's the issue. I'm not really consistent enough in sim racing yet, but as we said, like yesterday, it was even more inconsistent. So we were going in the right direction.
I think it already shows quite a good evolution.
And for someone who would never have seen data before, like this looks like a copy-paste lap, like you're driving exactly the same. But no, this is actually kind of big differences, and especially that white line on the very top of the screen. The delta
we can
time.
See here.
Yeah,
that's the time.
That's the colored bar on the top that you see live when I drive. It's just plotted as a graph here, and
we can see that through these corners here.
Yeah.
Through this corner here, you lost basically the same amount of time than on the first corner. You lost another 10 and a half through having a slower minimum on the left corner.
Yeah.
So again, you can push it a bit more. You
Yeah,
did a
I
very
think
clean braking,
the key
and then I
there.
think you had the car more stable, so you could
Yeah.
rotate a bit better.
Exactly what you said
Because the
now, like
downshifting
keeping
is
the.
the same. The downshifting is the same, which is the other thing that you commented that is annoying you, but you had to correct a bit of oversteer
Yeah.
on the white lap. So it
That's
was, yeah, this entry was not that stable, and that made you go slower. You had to correct the oversteer, brake a bit more, slow down the car 6.5 kph more, and that meant losing a lot of time.
So the key in that corner is to have the braking very settled, so I don't have any locking of the rear, which happened in the white one, and then rolling the minimum speed. We don't have a big straight coming after that corner; it's very short. So rolling minimum speed through that first tight hairpin left must be the key. And to do that, you can't have any like locking rears that wants to spin you around. I think the car has to be kind of settled.
Exactly, and then on this short right hand corner, which is a hairpin, it's important to keep the exit as good as possible. So you might sacrifice a bit of the entry or the minimum speed if you can keep the exit as good as. In this case, you got the same exit basically on both cases. Even if on the fastest lap you had a slower minimum, you went on throttle a bit earlier. That allowed you to have the same speed during the whole straight.
Yeah. Okay, let's dive into another session, and I try to implement this what we just said. Was there anything more, Josep?
Need to look a bit more into the data, but you can start driving.
Yeah, I start driving, and then you tell me if you've come across anything interesting. So we got another race starting in 15 minutes, or qualifying starts in 15 minutes. And this championship is something like reoccurring on the official iRacing servers. It's the same car, the same track, and it just goes every hour. You have a new chance to do this race, and I think it's kind of popular. It was 375 last I checked during practice for the previous race, but then you get allocated like a 12 car server that you will be racing on. And I suppose like a mix of drivers with different rating. I don't know my official rating, or maybe I haven't got one yet because I haven't driven through a whole iRacing season, which lasts like a month or 2 or 3, something like that. So I've literally joined this game a couple of days ago and just starting to experience it. But it's a fun game, and there is huge depth to what you can do. What we just looked in the data with Giuseppe is exactly what we would do in real life racing as well. And there we spend hours and hours, and you have multiple engineers looking at different parts and analyzing each little thing that you see in the data. So now we only analyze driving, but there's also a lot of performance to be found in other things. And yeah, that is basically the reason why we say thank you to the team at the end of a good race, because there's so much to do. And in iRacing we're able to do all that. Practice start.
Yeah, I think you need to focus on this last corner. It's being very different depending on how you approach it. You did very different, for example, the last lap. You did again the kind of braking earlier and rotating earlier. That allows you to go on throttle a bit early and with more consistency, but you lose time through the corners. So
it was a good call to let that guy through.
Yeah, remember, I would say for qualifying at least, don't do the early rotation for the last corner, because you lose a lot of time, and the finish line is quite early on the straight, so you don't regain the time that as much. Okay, on races, so it's
high
different.
Entry speed in qualifying.
Yeah.
Oh, the weather must have changed. that section was easy flat even with cold tires before. I had already a couple of moments.
Timmy, before you go, can you share your screen again on Discord,
yeah.
please?
Yeah, I love it when it just shows your fail. Share screen. iRacing. Share. Okay. I gotta try to get my own livery in this game. Try something else in the start. I'm gonna try to drop the clutch as a good reaction. And then slip. Yeah, I think that might work. Bit risky to stop here, but I'll try again. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drop the clutch to get a good jump off the line and then try and keep the revs up after that.
Okay.
The track feels much more slippery this time than it did in the previous race.
Yes, this is something we have already talked before. For the new people in iRacing, I think it's important to know that the conditions, the temperature changes on each session, and that affects the grip of the tires. So we need to adapt to that during every race.
Yeah, now that corner is really on the limit and it wasn't before. You don't get an off-track penalty for using all of that runoff tarmac in the last corner. Because basically I think the gravel trap is the edge of the track.
We can see how much less grip there is with the reference time that we had before. In the previous qualifying we did a 21.2.
Yeah.
So that is our baseline for no tow conditions, and we will be able to compare it now to what we are having, what conditions we're having now.
I don't have a good reference on the entry to that corner. I think that's why it's inconsistent. I'm just kind of judging the space I have to the next corner and then braking when it feels like it's time. But if I had...
Even with that, we've done a 21.1. So we are already faster than we were in the previous qualifying.
Interesting. Also a new follower. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Please ask any questions you have or tips you have in the comments. Or just say hello. It's also nice to know that you're there.
Okay, Timmy, let's work on that last braking reference.
Yeah, that was definitely a lot of commitment on the entry, but then I never got on powered.
You were a bit too much, I think.
Yeah. I think it's worth doing
Then-
4th gear there, because doing 3rd unsettles the entry even more. And I think I need consistency more than anything in that corner.
So you are still 6th in this session with these current conditions. That means that with this car you should be able to go faster. So that shows how much work we have to do yet.
Exactly. There's so much talent out there who can not afford to go into real life racing, but can maybe afford to get a good quality simulator, and then this is really the place where you can shine if you're a talented racer. Like, this iRacing game is so deep, and there's so many fast people who are great at this game, who would probably also be great drivers in real life if only they got the opportunity.
That was better.
Yeah, that last corner was better.
We're catching up. You will have the toe effect.
Yeah. You see on the speed already, I think that there's a bit of toe. Doesn't help to go wide. Bit too fast in, too late on power. I mean, it's a fun car to drive, this one anyway. And it's fun with these reoccurring races that you always get a new chance in an hour. Even if you fail one, you jump back in. You see 400 people have entered into the race that's starting now at 3. Hopefully this is the last race. With a clean one, we should get past that 3.0 threshold of safety rating. That should allow us to start to focus on the GT3 driving.
Careful behind.
Yeah.
Inside. Still there.
I wasn't sure he was gonna see me, so it's not worth an incident in practice, is it? Why do I have 2-time incident counter? I went off.
Yeah, I'm
on
not
the
sure. I think you
outlet
started
before.
with it. Yeah, in the beginning you had a couple.
Yeah. Let's try and use him for the toe. I tried to get a fantastic exit. Where is that guy? 3 wide in practice. I'll just let this one go. This guy might feel like a hero in that turn 2, that is beating me outside every time.
He is a hero.
Yeah.
Okay, did you register for the race?
I did.
It's 2:49, 59. So
Yeah. It should appear on the screen when it's time to change the lobby.
I hope so.
He's kind of a good racer. Oh, that guy. That was brave. I'm so cautious trying to like have a good safety rating. What do we do? We hope they crash.
One.
The blue car there. Double overtake. Sweet. Like if it was a race there, I would probably send it inside, but okay.
It's qualifying is about to begin.
Yeah.
So there, let's not miss the qualifying.
Okay. Now we gotta press race. Yes. And we learned last time that there is like a 3-minute practice, so it's basically just an outlap. Actually, doing the outlap is good practice for the start of the race when you have cold tires. It's very different references, but still very important to go fast, even though you don't have the grip yet. I know a thing in racing is sometimes like people like wait a couple laps before, I do that too now here, before the tires have gotten up to temperature, before you start to really push. But what I've learned in rallycross since I switched from circuit racing to rallycross was that you don't have any time to waste a lap, so you gotta just be super fast immediately. And yeah.
Exactly, in rallycross, we have the start and the first half a lap, I would say, is super critical.
Yeah.
And we need to push from the start. This is something that in the team we work a lot on the starts. So, yeah, in here you kind of have to do the same, more being careful.
Yeah, like pace-wise, we should still learn how to go fast on the first lap, even if we're careful with the traffic and everything. So qualifying will begin after this outlap, more or less. We'll get 2 laps to put in a good... Whoop.
And let's adjust the references for the level of grip that you have now.
Okay. You see there, like the mistake on the first corner? No, I just kind of carried the same speed as I do every time to try and feel the limit, but it was way too fast. That shows a lot, and that guy spun. If you just do your normal rhythm, you crash.
Yeah,
Being
that's
fast
the
on
same
the
than
first
a
lap.
real car.
Yeah, and it's a skill in its own to be good with feeling the tires and the temperature and being on the limit, even though you're not sure. Not that I'm great at it, because I don't have, you know, I'm better in real life in a normal car. That's where I've put in most of my practice, or all of my practice. But some guys are fantastic at sim racing, and they will be able to drive on that feeling even in the game. Maybe 3rd gear for that corner in the first lap, because the revs are better starting on the straight. Yeah, qualifying should begin now in a second. Okay.
Oh.
So 2 lap qualifying. 2 flying laps. If we get a 20, you know, we'll get below 1:21, we have a great qualifying. If we get to the low 21s, that's what I did last time out. Practice start again. It's just a rallycross driver in me wanting to perfect the starts. I think I commit to that, dropping the clutch and then slipping a little bit. We'll find out next race start if it's working. Get some temperatures in these tires. I'm so scared to go on the limit when weaving on the straights. I'll do third gear here for setting up for good speed. Now we'll do fourth gear for the flying laps. Here we go. Qualifying, first lap of 2. Hit the limiter there on the straight, but I don't think it's the end of the world. Get fourth gear. Decent lap, not my best.
It's gonna be a low. Yep. Low 21.
Okay, let's push now.
Okay. Yep.
The curb there, it's not ideal. Okay, with a good last corner, I should be able to get into the 20s. Yeah.
That's at 20.9. We got it.
That's in the 20s. Just about. Okay, let's check how it went. Go to the menu. We got 3 minutes to wait now. Results. Oh, we're fastest. Pole position so far. Let's see if these
We're
guys...
in pole.
Pole position. Last race we did, this
3
would have
more
been
guys to
P2
go.
though. Some guy did 20.6.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a good start. 20.99. Even the first lap would have been good enough actually. Was a 21.19.
Okay, if this ends up like this, let's be careful on the first corner. They're gonna attack you.
Yeah.
And then if we can keep the first position, just keep it clean. Keep it clean, do your race. Quali laps all along, and be very careful on the straights because we know the effect of the toe. They will be able to attack you on the first corner and on the last corner especially.
Yeah,
Let's keep an eye on that.
Bit careful first lap with the cold tires. Gotta remember that, like some different reference points. Especially that flat out right hander into the slow left in first gear. There it's very easy to overdrive in the first lap. But yeah, still like with a good first lap, if we could break away from the toe, that would be great. Yeah, if not, then it's always hard to pull away because of the toe effect. You gain like, what did we see last race? It was like a second a lap just by being behind someone that you gain. So that's you see there. I don't really have the pace to purely drive away from everyone. So got to do a good race, as you say. Try and focus on quali laps, all alone in the front.
Exactly.
Interesting. I have actually won one of these races in a off stream before starting the stream. I did 3 races before actually doing them online, and yeah, then I did manage to win one.
Doing it live has more merit though. We will be able to check that.
Exactly. Live is live. I actually felt my heart rate going on that second qualifying lap, being a good lap. You still get the adrenaline even though it's in front of the screen, but it's fun.
Yeah, but yourself, even on the real racing and rallycross in E1, you're a driver that can keep your cool even in the worst conditions. So I think that's a good strength of you. So it's the same here. We need to keep it cool, to keep it under control on all conditions, whatever happens.
Yeah, exactly. The key is to still keep that incident count to 0, because that means we can get a good enough license to do the Road to Daytona in January, which is the goal. We're currently on 2.95 and we need a 3.0 to get a better license grade. So with a good race now, we can be there. Get on the grid. Now it feels so good that we did some practice starts, because yeah, always makes you feel better being confident off the line. And I think I got kind of an easy strategy now, just dropping the clutch, good reaction time, and then trying to bring the revs up a little bit, not too much. If we slip the clutch too much, then the power's just going into revs instead of to the wheels, so that's also a balance. Oh yeah, let's see. Pole position. Don't really know where to brake down there. We'll find out.
Grid complete. Good start.
Yeah, it worked out. I think I'll just do the racing line.
It should be clear.
It would feel great to break the toe already now, but I don't want to make a mistake with cold tires. I got a bit of a gap actually. It's a good start. I don't know if it's... I think you need like 2-second gap for them to have no toe at all.
You have 0.8. Remember, let's focus on the last corner especially.
Mistake!
Also on the first one.
No!
Oh no.
Mistake!
Careful inside, careful inside.
Outside.
Still there.
Okay. Now we made the life a bit harder, but a bit more fun. So let's go.
As we were saying before, we need to still keep it cool, and we will have our chances to recover that position.
Yeah, I just got ambitious trying to break the toe.
Focus on the last corner, and then you will have the toe on the straight.
Yeah. Yeah, already from this distance you get a decent toe. He also went wide there, do you see that? He braked a bit too late, but he recovered better than I did. I tried to hang on to it for too long.
Yeah, that didn't work out for you.
No.
We will be able to catch him, I think.
I think we're a bit closer, right?
Second closer. We are now just 1 second away. This is the 20.7. We can see that we are catching up thanks to the toe. He's doing 21.2, which was also your, I would say, your baseline time. You are able to go half a second faster thanks to the toe that you're getting from him.
He's fast though. Yeah, we're slowly gaining lap by lap.
We're in the corner.
I focus on that corner every lap.
But that's the most important one.
Okay. I'm not doing it well so far. Yeah, but he's fast.
Yeah, he was very fast in this one.
But we are pulling away from the rest of the grid though, which is good. Follower, thank you so much.
Yeah, you're clear from behind. They just focus on the front.
feels like I'm just catching in that low speed section there. The rest he might be a bit better than me. Might do third gear. Just because I wanted a cautious entry and then a good exit.
Careful now.
I will just threaten him a bit but brake early. You see, threatening him worked. What do we do?
He gave you space now. Bro. Fine.
Okay, back in the lead.
Okay, 6 laps to go. You're back on the lead. Quali laps, clean laps. Don't overdrive. And be careful on the straight.
Not the best exit. Try to go a bit faster in, but yeah. That corner is good, like there's a lot of different styles. Just feels like every style that I've tried is bad. I braked slightly too late there. Oh my god.
Careful behind.
Tense race. 4 laps to go.
Only 0.4 seconds behind you, so be careful. You cannot commit any mistake, otherwise
Yeah.
incident count will increase, and as we said at the beginning, this is our main target. Hello Cantu, thank you for following us again.
Thank
You
you so
were
much.
already here on the first stream.
It's going better today. Missed the apex. That corner is like got in my head a little bit.
Well, you need to focus on that.
I am focusing on it every time. I'm focusing on this corner up here now too.
Every time I don't tell you, you miss it. So
That's the risk. I think the guy behind is faster than us.
yeah, he's catching up.
Yeah, very easily.
He has the toe.
Like I was catching him when he was in front, but not as quickly as he's catching us now that he's got our toe.
There is only 3 laps to go.
We're getting a bit of a gap in those slow corners. Try and break the toe. No, he's following.
2 more laps. Now you still keep the same distance, so you only lost the 10th. Fine.
Again, got a bit of a gap there.
Last lap.
Last lap. I don't think
White
he will
flag.
pass us into turn 1, which is the best spot using the toe.
The follow is coming.
Whoa, what did he do?
He tried. He jumped over the curb.
Yeah. Actually, my second monitor died and caused the game to lag so hard there. That was a massive attack that he did there. But he knew that was his last good chance.
Yeah, we have lost you on the stream. We have lost the visuals of iRacing. We still have your camera, but let's finish this lap. We still have the second car just behind us. We're going through the slower section through the S's.
Yeah, last corner coming up now. Sorry, it's my second monitor
Focus on that
died.
one.
Yeah. Okay, that's a win.
Hey,
Just last
that's a
straight.
win, but unfortunately we didn't get it live.
No.
So again, it doesn't count. So it's a shame. Yeah, finally we got it.
Whoa, the game lagged so bad. I nearly stopped and got the incident counted, like in the wrong place.
Yeah.
Alright, let's get this stream back running.
Thank you for following us, guys. It's been a long time coming with all the crashes that we had in the previous races. Finally, we were able to
Now, okay, there we are.
put it all together.
Let's show the winning moment. Also, my game lagged so hard when he looks so much closer in this camera, doesn't he?
Yeah. But he was close. Go to the first corner of that lap.
Okay, wait.
Because that was...
Yeah. Actually, my son is waiting for me downstairs now. So I gotta be a good parent and simply quit this race. No time actually to... Hey, Class D! We did it!
We got it.
We got it. Look
We
at
got
that.
our target.
You've been
Taken a
promoted.
weekend.
It took a couple races, but we managed to get there.
Yeah.
What a
I'm
way
proud
to
of
end
you,
this
Timmy.
stream. I'm so sorry the stream died on our moment of victory. But alright. We're still here. Thank you guys for watching today. Joseph and I had fun. I hope you had fun. Joseph, grip engineer.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Now the proper fun starts with the actual proper cars that we're gonna be racing. So please follow us, join us for all the testing and development of the GT3 car and the selection of the GT3 car. So yeah, if you have any advice for us for that in terms of which car to choose, just let us know. But yeah, this is gonna be what's coming on the next days.
Yeah. Also, Cantu, I'm reading the comments right now when the race is finished. Thank you so much for following. And Cantu did a 19.8 yesterday, so
Yeah,
we got some
that's fast.
competition. Well done. I'm gonna try
Okay,
to
great.
beat you one day. Maybe we do a couple more races in this just for fun. But thank you for following. Thank you for following on Twitch, and please like the video.